Our greatest weapon, Nelson Mandela told us, is education. And education is what we do at Vanguard.
How do we model to our men and our young boys, and also to women, the value of sexuality?
I want to welcome you to Priceless 2018. This is an annual event to benefit the Global Center for Women and Justice at Vanguard University and its mission to advance the global status of women through research, education, collaboration, and advocacy.
We hope by the time you leave here today, you will have a clearer understanding of the impact of human trafficking on our community and the way we can join together to fight it.
I knew that human trafficking was out there, but not here in our own community.
You see, 10 years it took. 10 years for me to truly admit, 10 years for me to really understand that I was a victim. One day was all it took for me to learn the game. It was kill or be killed. It was sell or be sold. It was give or be taken. The trafficker, the captor, has girls lined up much, much younger than me. As I'm being pulled away, I remember screaming back to them, saying, when I am free, I will come back for you. I remember having a moment of remembering what I was taught when I was a child, that there was a name that I could call, that there was a name that if I felt I had no other choice and no other hope, I could call it, and I called out the name of Jesus. And it was at this moment that I was healed from my bleeding and my injuries ceased. And I knew at that moment that there was power in the name of Jesus.
Stacy, thank you for sharing your story. She has become a dear friend of mine and has taught me so much about what I need to know from the survivor perspective. I kind of just had to sit down meeting with God, and I was like, okay, there's a problem, check. Like, what did you want me to do about it? Because really, Lord, it's the whole world, and I'm just me. I had these very organic conversations. What can I do? Alva and I go to New York. We talked to MLB. They were very encouraged, and what they said was, well, since you already know all the organizations and the experts, bring them back. Baseball is like no other sport in the whole wide world. You have stadiums that are across this country, packing millions of people a night for 162 games a year. No other sport on the planet does this. This is an enormous platform to educate our communities. We did a family festival at the ballpark. It was 2 hours when the gates opened. We had this incredible family festival, DJs, face painting, giveaways, and several NGOs that set up their booths to share information with the community. We had calls from Major League Soccer. I know the NBA knows about us. Other baseball stadiums have said they want to do this. My goal is to have a baseball player on every Major League Baseball team who can be an ambassador for Strike Out Slavery. Are we really having conversations that are at the root cause of the issues of human trafficking? How do people value themselves, and how do they value sexuality?
We want to educate people, professionals, community leaders, people like you and me, to identify victims and equip them to know what to do to help them out, to refer them, to get them into freedom. We cannot do this alone, and we have to have a plan, and Vanguard University is situated to be a platform to move us forward. You have moral courage. Thank you, President Beals, for introducing that term. Moral courage means that even though this is uncomfortable, this is ugly, you still showed up, and you are here. You are here.
It's our first responders, our service providers, some of which are in this room today, our advocates, our educators, those who have boots on the ground, as Deidre and Stacy and Dr. Morgan. They are doing the difficult work to making sure that these programs continue to reach as many people as possible in every corner of our communities. Because of that, I'm going to ask you to do something very simple, is to raise your paddle.
Even if you don't have, give sacrificially, God will reward you. He doesn't need your money, He needs your heart. So I would really ask you to posture yourself today to give generously so that they can continue to do incredible work.
Here you go. Thank you, Albert. Do I have 1,000? 1,200. Do I have 13? So I have 1,800 for $3,000. Do I have $5,000? I have 10,000 and big card number 130. Do I have 10,000? Thank you. Oh, sorry, another $10,000. Big card number 298. Thank you so much.
This really is going deep to break cycles of abuse, to begin a new generation. It's like seeding the next season. We found great talent. And when you're a student here and you're a survivor, we don't tell your story. It's your story. You're preparing for the next season. And at that point, then you'll be ready to be a Stacy Jewell. The return on investment is to build a strong community and to change a culture. We always want to do more to study the issues, be a voice, and make a difference. I cannot thank my Priceless committee enough for this amazing day. Please give them a big round of applause.